What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy holidays to you guys. Hopefully you guys had an amazing holiday last night, and hopefully you guys are having another happy holidays today. You guys know with me and my family, it's the same as every other day. That being said, this video is actually going to be somewhat a little short, but there is quite a bit to talk about. So we have two brand new cards coming out of the next OCG set, Lightning Overdrive, and also this first thing that we'll be talking about, which is the full set list for the Tournament Pack 2021 Volume 1. So if you guys don't want any spoilers, you guys can fast forward this video to the two new cards I'll be talking about later on. So spoilers will be coming in 3, 2, 1. So this is actually for the Selection 10 sets, the Prismatic God Box, and for Lightning Overdrive. So there are 16 cards. I think I've mentioned, I think I've brought up a lot of these before, but for those who don't remember, going in numerical order, we have Lonefire Blossom, Necros of Unicorn, Sky Scourge Norlaris, Heretic Dragon of Su, Zexal Weapon Sleipnir Male, Cypher Etranger, Millennium Eyes Illusionist, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, which is basically King of the Swamp, so to speak. So it's like a fusion substitute, basically. Lavalval Dragoon, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, Bujinki Amaterasu, Princess Cologne, Cyber's Wicked, Rank Up Magic Numeron Force, Spiritual Light Art Hijiri, and the Ice Barrier token. So out of all of these, the main ones you're gonna want to possibly go after are Lonefire, Millennium Eyes Illusionist, Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Oh wait, Mud Dragon of the Swamp. I think that's the fusion. I think that's the fusion, if I remember right. Tiger King and Princess Cologne. Everything else is just kind of meh, honestly. But Lonefire, hell of an amazing card. Probably one of the best cards for a plant-based deck. Whether it's Black Rose or whatever, it's actually that good. Yeah, honestly, what's funny is that Numeron Force is basically is a card that is the counterpart, if you will, to Limited Variance Force, which is not too bad. But Numeron Force, if you want to go after it, you can. It's more so for the it's a gimmicky card, so I probably wouldn't play it all that often. I know that some decks in the OCG actually do play it, but I think it's mostly for I think it's mostly as a one-of, I think. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember, but that's the full set list. I guess question of the day: what are you guys' thoughts on the set, and what are you guys looking to pick up the most? I know that there are a lot of people. I know that there are several YugiTubers who actually open up OCG sets. Like, I know that Cyber Knight does that a lot. I know that Simply Unlucky does that from time to time. So I figured, you know what? Why not bring up that question of the day? What do you guys? Which is the more better reprint in your guys' opinion? That's the question of the day. Let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, the new cards for Lightning Overdrive. It's interesting because Lightning Overdrive has given us so many amazing has given us some crazy new cards, new Sky Scourge support, brand new Utopia support, and whatnot. And this card is actually kind of an interesting one. I believe this is a brand new card, never seen before. I want to say this is perfect for something like Galaxy Eyes, maybe. But it's called Bahartia, Sky Piercer of the Light. It's a level 7 Light Dragon, 2000 attack, 2400 defense. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one effect monster. That right there is just broken on its own. It's literally that good. It's that good. That's how crazy it is. And just reading off that part right there, it's again, it's broken because you're only tributing one monster. And when you tribute summon a level 7 or higher, you usually need 2. This one gives you 1. So so this card is its own version of cost down, where you're allowed to only tribute 1 monster, which is crazy. Let's see here. You can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. The first effect says, during your opponent's main phase, if your opponent adds a card or cards from the deck to their hand outside of the draw phase, and this card is in your hand, you can activate this effect. Immediately after this card resolves, tribute summon this card. Dude, it works with the effect where you can tribute 1 effect monster. It works with that effect. I'm not saying anything about that. If this card is normal or special summon from the hand, you can activate this effect. Your opponent banishes cards from the top of their deck face down equal to the number of cards in their hand. Then your opponent shuffles their hand into the deck. And if they do, they add the cards banished by this effect to their hand. Okay, so I need to read that effect. Read that again. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it now. So it's okay. So it's kind of like a Pot of Desire. It's kind of like a reload type of card. So depending on how many cards your opponent has in their hand, that's how many cards your opponent has to banish from the top of their deck face down. So it's kind of like a Pot of Desires where you're banishing cards from the top of your deck. And then it's basically a reload where they take the cards from the hand, put it back into the deck, shuffle it, and add the cards that were banished by that effect by the effect to their hand. So it's kind of like a reload of sorts. But the only problem is that for your opponent, the cost is actually but the big problem is that this card has to be normal or special summon from the hand. So and the funny thing is that I believe, judging by how they worded this card, its effects, it sounds like you can actually chain both effects. You can actually chain both effects, which is actually really good. And what's funny is that your opponent. The funny thing is that your opponent can actually Ash Blossom that effect. They can Ash Blossom the second effect, so they don't have to banish their cards or anything like that if they wanted to. That's an interesting card. I don't know if people would play this card, but I think this works with with that new Holy Knight archetype. Because I know that the Holy Knights are being printed in, I think, was it Blazing Vortex? I think it's either Blazing Vortex or this set. I don't remember, but yeah, basically that's the new card. It's kind of a funny card, but honestly, I like it. I like it, and it could do some damage. And speaking of Holy Knights, we actually have a new Holy Knight coming out of Lightning Overdrive. This one is called Holy Knight. What is it called? Holy Knight CL. Holy Knight Seal. It's actually a follow-up. Oh, yeah, okay, so it's coming out. So the archetype is from the new Selection 10 set. And this card is basically a follow-up to it. So it's called, so the name of the card, excuse me, it's called Holy Knight Seal. It's a 4-star light fairy, 1700 attack, 800 defense. Both of its effects are a once per turn each. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. If this card is in your hand, you can return a level 7 light dragon monster or one Holy Knight monster you control to the hand. Except this card, special summon this card. Okay, so it's basically a what you call it? It's basically so basically with this card, with this effect, if it's in the hand, you can bounce back one of your level 7 light dragons, in which case you can bounce that other dragon that I just talked about. You can, if you're running that card in this Holy Knight deck, you can bounce that card back to the hand, special summon this card, and it basically acts as a beater, as a 1700 beater on board. Really pretty cool, but one of the big problems with this card is that it has to work with the Holy Knight archetype. You can't use it with any other fairy archetype, like counter fairies or whatever, unless if you were running the Holy Knights mixed in with counter fairies, which I think that that could be a very high possibility, but you never know. That's the only problem. That's the only issue, but it's still a pretty cool card. And then the second effect says, if you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a level 7 light dragon from your hand. Okay, so this is an interesting one because you're banned because if this card is in your graveyard, you banish it, and then just summon a level 7 light dragon from your hand. So if CL were to get destroyed or sent to the graveyard by a card effect or whatever, you can banish it with it, and this only it only works if you have no monsters on your side of the field. You banish Seal, summon a level 7 light dragon from your hand, summon another level 7, go into a rank 7 play, like say number 11 Big Guy, take control of one of their monsters, and you're pretty much golden. Your turn comes up again, you go full combo, do your plays, Link, you're pretty much good to go. Honestly, I think the Holy Knight archetype, I don't really think it'll be meta. But what's funny is that this actually pertaining to this kind of reminds me of the Drytrons of the Drytron archetype that I talked about on the channel before. Both Drytrons and this archetype have quite a bit in common. They're actually pertaining to the constellations that are in the sky, the stars that are in the sky at night. So I think that's what they were that's what they were aiming for. But still pretty, it's still a pretty cool archetype. I just don't think it'll be meta. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. I know this was relatively short, but I figured, what the hell, why not? There is actually one last thing that I do want to talk about as well, and this is actually an interesting one. So if you guys remember, I think I've talked about it before, but we were supposed to get the sleeves in the OCG. The OCG was supposed to have gotten sleeves for the card Dragonmaid Send-Off, which I think is a spell. Unfortunately, the release date has changed. It's been delayed for a month. And it says here, the official Japanese Twitter has cited the Dragonmaid Send-Off Duels card protectors, or the sleeves, have had their release date changed from January 18th to February 6th. Explanations were not given. So if I had to guess, I would probably have to say because of the pandemic. It doesn't really surprise me, but it is what it is. But I know Cyber Knight is gonna buy them because Cyber Knight does collect a lot of the cards. You know, a lot of the sleeves coming out of the OCG, and he actually keeps them sealed, which is pretty cool. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys love seeing these news videos for WWE and for Yu-Gi-Oh, and you want more of them, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.